Chapter 4. The Nervous System. New to know. Brain, sense organs. The nervous system controls the activities of the other organ systems of our body and the sense organs. This system consists of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Brain. Brain is the most important organ of our body. It controls all body parts and their activities. The main functions of brain are: it controls body processes like breathing, digestion of food, etc. It controls the movement of all the parts of the body. It enables us to think, learn, memorize, and apply logic. It allows our body to feel and react accordingly. Wonder box. Nerve cells or neurons have a long life, but they are damaged accidentally. They are never replaced by new ones. This is why our brain and spinal cord are so well protected. Cerebrum, the largest and topmost part of the brain. The brain is protected by the skull. It has three parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla. Cerebrum is the largest and topmost part of the brain. It makes up about 90% of the brain. This part of brain helps us to think and remember. The cerebrum also controls our thoughts, memory, intelligence, learning, and sense organs. Cerebellum lies below the cerebrum. It maintains the posture and balance of the body by controlling the muscles of the limbs. The cerebellum also coordinates the voluntary movements of the muscles. Medulla lies below the cerebellum. It is also known as brain stem. It connects the brain to the spinal cord. It controls the vital activities such as breathing, digestion, and blood circulation. The spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long, thick bundle of nerves. It originates from the medulla. It extends almost till the lower end of our backbone. The vertebral column protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord transfers information between the brain and the rest of our body through nerves. Nerves. Nerves form a network of pathways for conducting information throughout the body. They deliver messages to and from the brain so that it can work efficiently. Nerves are made up of nerve cells called neurons. Neurons, a specialized cell transmitting nerve impulses. A nerve cell. There are three types of nerves. Sensory nerves. Sensory nerves bring messages from the sense organs to the brain. When the brain interprets these messages, we are able to see, hear, smell, taste, or feel. Motor nerves. Motor nerves carry messages from the brain to other parts of the body. Our muscles and glands work as instructed by these messages. Mixed nerves. Mixed nerves carry messages to and from the brain. Reflex action. A reflex action is an automatic reaction of the body to an event. For example, if you touch a very hot object, you pull back your hand immediately. In this case, the sensory nerves pass a message to the spinal cord that the object is hot. This message is not passed on to the brain as it would take a little more time. In spite of this, the spinal cord sends back a message to the hand to withdraw itself immediately. All this happens so fast that we do not even realize it. So, reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord. Sense organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin are our sense organs. Eyes. Our eyes help us to see. The colored part of the eye is called the iris. At the center of the iris is the pupil. Light passes through the pupil. Behind the pupil is the lens. The lens forms the images of the objects that we see. Pupil, the dark center of the iris of the eye. Add-ons. The maximum diameter to which our pupil dilate decreases with age. At the age of 20, pupil widen to 8 mm but only to 5 mm at the age of 50. This is one reason why eyesight gets weak with age. These images fall on the innermost part of the eye called the retina. The retina has a sensory nerve called the optic nerve which is connected to the brain. The image formed on the retina is upside down. The optic nerve sends the signal to the brain and the brain turns the image upright. Ears. We hear with our ears. The part of our ears we can see and touch are the outer ears. Sound enters the outer ears and then passes into the middle ear. The middle ear has the eardrum. When sound passes through the eardrum, it starts vibrating. These vibrations then pass into the inner ear. Nerves in the inner ear then send messages to the brain. Add-ons. Tears are produced by lacrimal glands of eyes. Nose. Nose is the sense organ of smell. It has nasal cavity which is divided into two nostrils by a partition wall called septum. The sensory nerves in the cavity carry the sensation of smell to the smelling center in the brain where the sense of smell is experienced. Eardrum. The membrane of the middle ear. Tongue. The surface of a tongue is covered with tiny taste buds. These buds have nerve endings that help us to detect the taste of food. The tongue is sensitive to 4 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. Skin. The skin allows us to feel. The skin has nerve endings that are sensitive to cold, heat, and pain. These nerves lie below the skin which gather information and send it to the brain. The brain interprets that information and tells us to act accordingly. Add-ons. Every person has different fingerprints which makes him unique from others. Final learnings. The nervous system controls the activities of the other organ systems of our body and the sense organs. Brain is the most important organ of our body. It controls all body parts and their activities. Nerves form a network of pathways for conducting information throughout the body. A reflex action is an automatic reaction of the body to an event.